What's your guys' favorite Halloween candy?
Not circus pants.
Everything
Those are
except candy corn.
You don't like candy corn?
Candy corn is disgusting.
So I
Candy
didn't
corn's
like it
pretty good.
either. And then my friend from PayPal
Forced
showed
me to
me
eat it.
that held me down and it was bad times. No, they had it with peanuts and candy corn, and it tasted like a salted nut roll. I was like, okay, I'm on.
I'm not a big fan of peanuts in food, so I don't think I'd be cool with that.
You don't like
either.
pad thai?
No.
Well, if you don't have peanuts in your food, how are you going to have peanuts in your poop?
Well, I just
Inspiring minds
eat,
wanna
I
know.
just eat peanuts.
So wait a minute. You
Just
sift
eat
through your
peanuts
poop
on their own.
and you make sure there's peanuts in there every time?
You should see when there's corn and peanuts mixed. Oh boy.
You're like, oh, gross.
Corn nuts.
He's eating for hours.
God, crunchy. That's disgusting. Nick, what's your favorite Halloween candy?
I'm probably gonna have to go with those, just because it always reminds me of Halloween. They're not necessarily Halloween candy, but it's like the caramel apple suckers.
Oh,
I got one of my
that's-
first right now.
That's
Those are
incorrect. The
Yeah.
correct answer is Reese.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it looks like you got it wrong. Thanks for
so
playing.
that's your favorite,
I
then, I'm
didn't know.
guessing.
I think
I didn't
so.
know if I had any lifelines I could use on that.
No,
question.
we don't have that on this show.
I fucking
Okay.
love bit of honeys too.
Yeah.
Bit honeys aren't bad. I like Clark bars. Those are pretty good.
I like Butterfingers. I used to rob Jaden and Kane when they were little. Butterfingers.
Break
They were
yourself,
well, they didn't
fool.
like them, so they were like,
Ooh.
oh, I guess we're doing that now. Damn it, no, it's Golem. We have a Golem statue on the table now.
Why don't you hold that up to the camera there, Dan?
All right, I'll do
Do
that.
your,
My precious for me.
That's okay.
Can you sing the fishing pool song? Fishing pool is nice and cool.
The seed poles are circle.
It's probably better than my Gollum impression. Mine would probably sound
Does
Mexican.
yours sound Mexican? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hobbits of
My name is Golem.
filthy hobbits of
We're bordering on
We got
racism
him
here.
at a garage sale this week, and for like
It
$1.
kind of looks like he's taking a shit, and he doesn't
might
want
be.
anybody to know.
That's why he's looking over his shoulder, make sure there's
brownie.
nobody's watching. He's like, I just had peanuts.
Oh, gross.
We touch the poops.
Oh, this is one of the exclusive DVD collectibles.
Yeah.
It is. Shout out.
Did it come with the DVD?
No.
Oh.
Nick is like
I
a
feel like we got
guy off of the Antiques Roadshow, but instead it's memorabilia from the News
what
Roadshow.
you have here is an exquisite piece. It is
Worthless.
I'd say you could probably fetch, close to $3.27.
On the open market.
Yeah.
$2 is what you bought it for, right?
Yeah.
So
Profit.
Look at
holy
that
shit,
profit.
you're
We
actually
came in
pretty
under
good at
budget,
that.
guys.
Ding.
$3.25.
Wouldn't it be
Could be
cool
one
if
of the guys
adults
from
could
Pawn
trick or treat
Stars.
for like prescriptions?
I think they have.
What would you do for a Xanax bar?
Oh man, that sounds good. They go around it. I need more Zoloft, so I have to go to Warren Buffett's neighborhood. Sorry, just 1 second.
That'd be great.
Doing I think they have trick or treating for adults though, don't they? At like some parties that don't. That,
I'm sure there's the zombie crawls and stuff
I don't
like
know
that.
why you can't, as an adult, trick or treat.
I agree.
Why can't you? It's fucking candy. It's not like you're slapping the bags out of the kids' hands.
Last
You're
I
not
last
supposed
year-
to do that?
No, it was a couple of years ago. My youngest son dressed up as Ryu, and
Hadouken!
the house down the street, they were giving out full cans of pop and full
Jesus,
king size candy bars.
that's like beating.
He came home and made like 3 costumes and went back to the house.
Mom used to do that to us.
Yep.
She used to give me 3 masks, all terribly $1 store masks, and we would go through Warren Buffett's neighborhood and get the king size Hershey bars.
No, it wasn't Warren Buffett. It was
It was Regency, wasn't it?
the
Regency handed out some great candy.
the Godfather's guy.
It was a knockoff called Cosmo.
that
Willie
guy?
Thiessen?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry.
Willie Thiessen.
Who's Willie Thiessen?
The Godfather's guy.
He was the
He's-
actual.
He's
No,
a-
the owner of Godfather.
Oh, I was supposed to say, how do you know that
I don't
actor's
think
name?
he was the guy in the commercial.
Yeah, he goes around
Forget
and
about
opens
it,
like new
pizza.
restaurants and gets them off the ground and then sells them. And then turns around and does it again.
Did your mom
The
get
dude
you like
makes a killing off of
Did
it.
your
He's,
mom
like
get
one of
you,
my
like,
dad's friends?
Wow, that's crazy, Nick.
knockoff Casper stuff, but it's like Cosper?
Yeah, Cosper.
No,
one of
she
the
made,
eyes is drooping.
When we were little, she made a lot of the costumes.
She had me be a killer M&M one year
Yeah, I remember.
because
that.
I didn't have a
Like
costume that
Slim
year.
Shady with a knife?
No, it was
Appreciate it.
Because I'm a criminal. No, it's because she had an M&M costume that she bought at a garage sale. It was the one you just kind of wear over your shoulders, like one of those placard boards, and I had a Jason mask and a Jason knife. I don't know. He didn't use a knife.
Machete.
I mean, he used a lot of things, but no, it was an actual. It was a.
He used everything except a knife.
I remember he used a fence post once.
He's used a tree to kill someone. The man's amazing. But
He's super creative. Super creative.
it's super good.
You got to give Jason points for originality there, Dan.
But I was wearing the M&M costume, and she was like, "Well, your face isn't red; it doesn't match the costume." So she just poured a bunch of face paint on me, and I went to school like that, and everyone was like, "A princess, GI Joe, King Cobra, whatever." I show up, and I'm this fucking monstrosity with a half an M hanging off, and I have a knife, and they're like, "Oh, what are you supposed to be?"
Look, it's an M and isn't.
Exactly. I was a fucking 3. I was a W.
I got fired from the M&M factory for throwing out all the W's.
Oh god, there goes the dad joke of the day, everybody. Dad joke of the day, coming for you live from Vance. I didn't get to do my favorite candy.
It doesn't take a
You
psychic
dicks.
to know that I was going to throw a joke in there. And speaking of psychics, what we got going on today, Natalie?
We didn't even do the intro yet. God damn it!
I jumped the gun, didn't I?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You
Definitely.
jumped like 2 AR-15s.
Wow.
I know guns, kind of.
I played video games once.
I play Call of Duty. Oh, by the way, I bought Call of Duty, Nick. I don't know if you play that
Why?
game. I didn't. I just was bored.
It's okay.
which
Call
one?
of Duty does that to me every
Black
year.
Ops 4?
I'm just waiting.
It was zombies, though.
Yeah, I want it.
You
really
have to
bad.
buy them separately, and I was an idiot, and I didn't know that.
I want the
They have to buy them separately now.
You have to buy because
expansion
it's
packs.
you're basically buying a $6 expansion pack,
Jeez.
yeah.
and the game is sold separately.
Because they're
Each sold
This
separately.
is the first Call of Duty they've ever made without a story mode, too.
well, they're also
It's all
they're trying to
online.
just cash in on the PUBG Fortnite world, and they have that battle royale
Royale,
thing
yeah.
in there, and
So
that's what I
fucking
really
tired
want
of
to try
it.
though.
Tired of it. Just tired of video
Nah.
games altogether these days.
Call of Duty
I haven't gotten to
servers are
sit down and
so
play a video
iffy
game
that
in
it's
so
just
long.
whatever.
Three Musketeers, by the way. Hey guys, look who we got here.
7 pieces on Monopoly board.
It's not what I was
McDonald's.
Are we
saying.
on that card?
It's the Don't Look Under the Bed podcast, the podcast for all things comedy and horror. I'm one of your sweet hosts.
Precious. Let's do Precious Host.
Okay, yeah. I'm one of your precious hosts. Stop doing that. That's weirding me out. I'm going back to sweet.
I'm
Back
brushing
to sweet host Dan Wonder. Next to me is
Natalie Rose.
next to hers.
I'm Vinny Rose.
Next to me again is,
Nicholas Meyer.
and this is Don't Look Under
I
the Bed
almost got thrown
podcast.
off because when we were at the
Oh, yeah,
dairy
yeah,
farm,
we-
went another way, and it was like, he's talking to me, or is he
So,
talking to me?
That was a good time.
So for those of you who weren't listening
Well,
last
swell.
week, first off, fuck you, and second off,
Thanks for nothing.
Yeah,
No,
piece of
No, when
shit.
this comes out, it'll be 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. For those of you who were listening last 2 weeks, fuck you. No, we went to the Bellevue Berry Farm, and we had a blast there. It was a very good time.
Get out.
Okay. I'll just take my iced
We
tea.
already hit our dad joke quota. Bye.
Wow, in the first 5 minutes.
Seriously, we've got every episode we have like
Hold
9 dad jokes. Are you kidding me? My nose itches. I think I did too much coke this morning.
You know, I tried
Coca-Cola?
I tried snorting coke once, but I got an ice cube stuck in my nostril.
There's your other dad joke. There's your other dad joke, and you brought this on.
I did.
But we went to the Bellevue Berry Farm, and
What I
Really?
get for being late.
we want to thank them again for having us there.
Yes, thank you. It was awesome.
And thank you for all
Very
the people who were, very accommodating people. And thank you for everybody who was on camera, and thank you for everybody who did the little interviews with us, and we had a blast.
And despite all the talk, I'm still here. I still have a job.
Yep,
so-
well, he just came over. Nobody invited him.
but
It was cold as shit.
it was
Yeah,
very cold.
My nose was raw for like the next 2 or 3 days from how much I was like wiping
Yes.
Mine was from
wiping my
cocaine.
nose.
I'll tell you what, though, if you guys, if you've never been out there, the
It's fun.
the attractions are cool, and there's a lot of cool people that go out there and hang, but the staff there is phenomenal. They're so
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
Definitely.
their burgers aren't bad either.
Those are
Burgers
my
were-
burgers, bro.
Not for the damn
I didn't
burgers.
eat
we're
And
not
the
eating-
hot chocolate was pretty good.
Hot chocolate was pretty
The hot chocolate was
badass.
a lifesaver because I was frozen.
Yeah, it was pretty cold out
Oh
there,
my
but
God.
I was afraid to drink mine because I just wanted to hold it. It was keeping my hands warm.
I took the lid off mine and just poured it down my shirt,
That's sticky.
just right down my
It's a
pants.
sticky
Just go,
situation
man.
as far as I'm concerned.
Your cats are fighting on the stairs.
I see that. I love
Your
them.
cats are drunk.
Excuse me. They're babies. They're not.
They're
old to drink.
babies. Babies.
The
Shoes.
babies aren't old enough to drink.
So we do have an email today, but I have to go get my phone because I left it over there. Unless you got it on
I
your.
think I have it on mine. I can pull it up. Hold on, guys.
So while we're waiting for Natalie, I like Three Musketeers.
That's a good candy.
It's solid.
What
It's
we
a
had the other day?
solid.
Whatchamacallit?
I love whatchamacallits.
I bought some at a gas station for us.
It's a good name too. Rolls off the tongue.
I just don't
It
like
is.
anything with coconuts, like
what?
the Mounds.
Almond Joy is amazing.
No, that's disgusting.
Almond Joy is the
See,
best.
I like the smell of coconut, and I like the coconut in like Asian food,
I like the idea
but I
of
don't
coconut.
like. I don't like candy with coconut.
Candy with coconut's amazing.
No.
No.
Coconut on its own is amazing. All right, so we have an email from Kurt Weaver.
Hi, Kurt.
Hi, Kurt. Worst torture scene ever is imagining Vinny watching me hit a bunny rabbit with a 9-iron. What?
What?
It's weird, but the bunnies just freak me out. So does Bunny.
Hey,
Exclamation
can I
point.
jump in with the idea I had for a really cool torture scene?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, so you get these dentist tools that like hold people's lips up like this.
It's already bad.
Yeah, and then you
I already hate it.
and then you individually shoot their teeth with a BB gun
Oh.
at a time.
It's
Yeah,
like
I
a
said it's like a carnival game.
bing, bing.
Have you guys ever seen A Cure for Wellness?
No.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Dude, I watched that
pretty good.
earlier, and the part where they like gape his mouth
Yeah.
open and drill his front tooth.
It's bad stuff.
Who's in that?
Oh,
Oh.
Dane DeHaan and
E Honda. Okay.
Dane DeHaan.
So seriously though, the serpent, that's what he wrote. I didn't say that. Seriously though, the serpent's for serious folks. The Serpent and the Rainbow, where he gets his dick mutilated, was fucked up. Very fucked up movie anyway. Vinny and I used to talk about this stuff all the time. Not sure if debauchery will happen soon, but damn it, it's been fun. Uma sucked as Poison Ivy, by the way. I agree.
She looked good as Poison Ivy, though.
Long live Guar. Thank you, Kurt. And yes, long live
What
Guar.
was the
And
question?
recipes, Eddie Brock.
I don't think he had one.
Nope. He just wanted to read and just wanted to say some things. And
Okay.
I
Well,
totally
thanks,
welcome
Kurt.
it. Yeah, thank
Kurt
you,
had to
Kurt.
get some things off his chest.
I don't know what this movie he's talking about. Serpent
I
and
know. Is that Al Pacino?
Oh,
Kurt's a good guy.
Hoorah!
I've known Kurt for
it's I'm a dog.
I think like 17
Serpent
years.
and the Rainbow.
Okay.
When I first started my journey into nerdom, playing online MMORPGs, playing like Anarchy Online, and until World of Warcraft first launched,
World of Warcraft.
World of
he
Warcraft.
was one of my gaming buddies.
Oh,
And,
okay.
he's an asshole. he's my favorite asshole.
Oh, I thought I was your favorite
He's a good
asshole.
guy. No,
Oh, Bill Pullman's in it. That's who it is.
I
Bill
like Bill
Pullman.
Pullman.
Yeah.
I like him in Lake Placid.
I liked him in Lost Highway.
I like in Lake Placid when
That's a
They
Wes
hold up
Craven
the-
film.
they hold up the toe and they're like, "Was this the victim?"
Oh, it's
He seemed
1988.
taller.
That's why.
Stupid. Oh. Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty.
I don't remember this at all.
Huh.
Pretty new. I was 9.
I wasn't born.
We're aware.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're young. We get
I
it.
just make sure every episode I plug how young I am, just to make you guys
Is
all
that when
feel bad.
Metroid came out? 88?
Yeah, 1988. No, it's 1986.
Fuck.
I think. No, I don't know. Yeah, it was 1986. I think. Yeah, look it up. You got a phone? I don't have my phone. But yeah, Three Musketeers is good. I like corn. I like cotton candy. You know what I can't stand? I can't stand Smarties. They're
Yeah.
fucking
No, those
gross.
are disgusting.
They're just
those
gross.
Chalk candy. But
But
Anything
I love
that
Fun Dip.
Fun
August
Dips are
6,
cool.
1986.
Yeah, no, I guess
Fuck.
that's what
Sorry.
I thought. No, that's all right. Nelly, what's our topic for today?
This is going to be crime solved by psychics.
Oh
And
God.
here's the fun and informative part was I did this research a long time ago, and I don't remember what's in here. So this is going to be a little new to me, too, because I haven't looked over it since I did it.
Okay.
So there's probably going to be some fuck-ups. Not our
Some
normal,
fuckery.
not our normal professionalism that we
fuckery.
run here in this podcast.
Fuckery do.
I need to move my microphone. Can't see. Are we ready to get started?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Where's our? Are we getting time machines or anything like that?
Yeah. You know what? We're gonna start off with the.
starts like a lawnmower.
Yeah, it
Oh, we
does.
got folks. That reminds me.
Hello.
If you'd be so kind, if you want to support us for some sound effects, Patreon. That's the way to go.
They don't need. I have all the sound effects.
Yep.
I'm good at them.
Yep.
Ah. I'm David S. Pumpkins.
Seriously, the best.
Any questions?
I made the mouth too big.
Saturday Night Live. You know they get paid like $15,000 an episode?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's not enough.
That's it.
Yeah. I was listening to
More of a passion project than
Because
right?
was it Keenan?
Keenan Thompson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he holds the record for longest running.
He was like, they're like, well,
castmate.
why are you...
Really?
Yeah.
Are
I
you,
thought it would've been Will
He
Ferrell.
just basically, because he hasn't gotten his own gig yet, is what he's saying. Like, I've been picked up like the other people have. But I think he's got a new show coming out.
The
But
Keenan
they were
show.
talking about...
They
he
should
gets-
reunite Keenan and Kel for adults.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Do you
the
think he
good
feels like
burger.
the older kid at the orphanage that nobody will,
Aw.
nobody
Aw.
will
I think he's
adopt
great.
because he's too old?
I like
it
him a
was,
lot.
It was, what was his name? Daryl Hannah? Or Daryl...
That's
Daryl Hammond.
Daryl Hammond?
Daryl
Yeah.
Daryl Hannah was in Overboard, wasn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm way off.
first
But
one.
yeah,
No.
Daryl Hammond was a...
No,
No.
she wasn't in that.
Oh.
Was that Gold?
Goldie Hawn.
Oh, Goldie
Yeah,
Hawn.
Daryl Hannah
Kurt
was
Russell.
Attack of the 50-Foot Woman.
Yeah. Daryl Hannah was very pretty.
She is very pretty.
Especially when she's 50 foot.
And she was in Kill Bill.
Yeah, she was in
Oh,
Kill
yeah,
Bill.
She was.
Yeah.
Oh, she was also in a
her
Tom,
name?
Tom
the-
Hanks movie.
Uma didn't suck in
Black
that.
Mamba?
Kurt.
Yeah.
Black Mamba.
With the...
Yeah. I love Kill
Time
Bill
mask.
movies.
I love the first one. The second one was okay.
I know they were both good.
First one was better.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They're supposed to do a third?
No.
No.
I don't
I
think
thought
so.
I read somewhere they were going to.
No, the movie he's working on right now is...
I don't know what they're doing.
You
is,
never seen Kill Bill?
No, I've seen Kill Bill.
The movie he's working on right now is set around the Charles Manson era. So it's going to deal a little bit with Charles Manson, but not entirely. But it's got
I rolled the nickels. I got
Brad
the dimes.
Pitt
The
and
game is
Leonardo
mine, man.
DiCaprio and
That's a quote of his.
Do you think they'll say they want Royale with cheese in that movie?
Royale with cheese.
Okay, well, let's get into our topic. All right, so, yeah, get in your time machine. Let's go back to 1991. That was a chainsaw, not a time machine. Someone does
No, I have to pull start mine.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Did you get started?
Yep, it's you can barely hear. It's like a Tesla. You can barely hear the noise.
I saw a Tesla on the interstate the other day.
I want a
I
fucking
was
electric
like,
car so
"Oh,
bad.
Fucking A, it was gorgeous.
I love electric cars.
gorgeous.
Remember the electric trike they made in that show, The Colony?
Yeah.
That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, it
They
was
made
pretty sweet.
A wash machine motor
Yeah.
and a bunch of car batteries.
I like
The
those.
one
I
on
like the
Sci-Fi?
water filter.
What's that?
Yeah, it was the
Oh,
one on
yeah.
Sci-Fi.
That was a good show.
The
I thought it was Discovery Channel.
No,
Oh, maybe it was.
bet
Maybe
it
it was
was.
Discovery, or unless it was A&E.
It was
I don't
definitely
know.
Discovery
Who
Channel.
I
knows?
don't remember. All right. Well, anyways.
I don't watch TV anymore.
Yeah, well, they canceled that show.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry. So this is Nell Cropsey. She went missing on November 21st, 1901. She was known as Beautiful Nell. She had chestnut hair and blue eyes, and she lived in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. She made plans to visit her family for Thanksgiving, but she never showed up. And her boyfriend, Jim Wilcox, was the last one to see her. Oh, of course. He told everyone that she broke up with him the night before her disappearance. Nell's sister saw her on the porch around 11 p.m., but didn't ever see her return inside the house. So she thought maybe she just missed her going in, which, makes sense if you're not really fully paying attention.
Right.
However, later Nell's family was distraught when they found that she was not at home. So they went over to Jim's house thinking that maybe the two of them had eloped or something, but then Jim said that, no, she broke up with me, and he said that she went back in the house and he left after this whole ordeal happened. But during Jim's interrogation, his story was a different version. He was arrested, but he was later freed. So a psychic named Snell Newman, S-N-E.
Nell and Snell.
Yeah.
Did you find that as funny as I am? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard their name Snell
odd
before.
coincidence.
I never heard the name Snell, so.
What's your name? Snell?
It's short for Miss Nell.
Miss Nell.
Miss Snell. So a psychic.
That joke really
the psychic
snelled.
I didn't hear it.
I think he was trying to go for Michelle.
Yeah, it's short
Oh,
for Miss Nell.
Michelle. Oh, nice. Okay. Sorry, I didn't hear it
See,
the
it
first
was
time.
funny, stupid.
Keep
Nell's
going.
real dumb.
Yeah, it's hilarious when we have to explain it.
I didn't hear it.
Got him.
Zing. All right, so she had sent word that Jim killed Nell. And on December 6th, a psychic came to Nell's residence and identified the last few hours of Nell's life. So according to this spiritualist, Jim had used chloroform to wrap Nell in a blanket and drove her out to the country to kill her and then threw her down a well.
Wait. Snell?
Went down the well.
No. Snell found out how Nell got killed and got thrown down the well.
Yes.
Yeah.
What the
This
fuck did
story
we
is
just stumble upon?
mysterious. It's like a
Sally sells seashore.
Exactly.
it's like
Yeah,
a
so
twisted
Snell-
Dr. Seuss.
Snell
Can I
found
make
out
this-
Nell went in the well. What the hell?
This rings a bell.
Maybe I'll go down by the bay. It may. It just may.
It just may. What do you say?
Is this anywhere near the Wisconsin Dells?
Okay, yeah. So she said, all right, Jim.
I thought it was going to be
this-
next to the Wisconsin
Oh, well.
Bell.
This dude, he wrapped her up in a blanket, took her to the country, threw her down a well, lied to everyone. Well, the well was inspected and
Stop.
nobody.
I can't stop.
What's wrong?
Well. Every time you say an L word, I'm just going to start laughing. Keep going, Allie. Sorry.
Do tell.
What are you doing?
So let's see. The well was inspected, but no body was found. But 2 days after Christmas, the body of Nell was found floating in a river. And the body had bruises on the forehead. And God damn it.
And the smell of Chanel.
I
Oh
can't
my God.
handle it.
Can't you tell?
Did I hit something on here? We good?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry,
What
he's-
the hell?
Well, he's recording on this computer because we have no money from Patreon and our computer broke.
Hi.
Cue the sad face, everybody.
Those of you that can't see with your ears, we just made sad faces at the camera. All right, so anyway, the body had bruises on the forehead and it indicated foul play. Jim was rearrested. He was tried and received 15 years of imprisonment.
They put him in a cell.
I was just about to say that.
Damn it! So
It was
the
not
psychic,
swell.
the psychic did actually help at least locate where the body was at, even though it was not down a well, and unless it could have been down a well.
Yeah.
I don't know how
'cause
wells work.
I think wells collect from the ground.
Well, there's different kinds. Like there's the older wells, people actually dug like with shovels and stuff, like just big ass deep holes. But now modern wells, they just run like these drill bits down, and then they put casing in as they go
Oh,
around.
I didn't know
the
that.
holes in it, yeah.
I just like how Nelly
So
said, I don't know how wells
Nerd.
work.
Could this psychic could have been correct? Would she have wound up in the river from the well? No.
I don't see how that could happen.
Okay. See, I'm not sure either. So
But I mean, the psychic did know it was some kind of water source where they
Yeah.
would
The
find
only
her.
thing I
There's
can
a
think
couple
of
more
is
of those that I
if they
remember
were
on
really
here.
close to a river, and they had like a culvert between like a stream and just into this
Culvers?
like
fucking cheese.
almost
curds.
like a cistern type of well, then I guess there could be a channel for water to go. But you wouldn't use river water for a well, like you'd want spring water. So I don't see how that
Yeah.
could be a thing.
What's your dad say or used to say about well diggers?
Oh, it's colder than a well digger's asshole out here.
I don't
Why
know.
are their assholes so cold?
That's what I said, and then he
Well,
explained
it's
it.
cold
It made
down
sense.
in wells.
Well, yeah, I'm sure of that, but I
He
don't
said it's
know.
because they're digging and their butts up in the air. It's cold. And Dale's down there blowing on it.
Why are you
Apparently,
blowing on a butthole?
You guys need some air?
I got this. You just walk up and down the line and all the people digging.
What's the hot one today?
Don't worry, I got ice too.
Gross.
All right. I don't have a year on this one, but I'm gonna butcher this nicely. His name's Melanie Uribe.
Mel.
Mel
Well,
B.
I got the Melanie part right, but Uribe.
You are IBE.
No, you are.
Oh.
Uribe. Sounds right.
Uribe?
Uribe.
Uribe.
All right, we'll just say Melanie.
Uribe.
Mel B.
Of course.
Mel
we're
B.
gonna
Scary
go.
Spice.
Smell you.
She was a nurse, but
Snell.
she had missed 2 days of work, which was completely out of character for this lady. Her disappearance was reported to the authorities, and searches, of course, started to be conducted. Clairvoyant Etta Smith was very sure that Melanie was not in the place where the searches were being done. According to Etta, she felt that Melanie was in a place similar to the Lopez Valley, and that was near the house of the victim. So I'm not sure where Lopez Valley's at.
Wow.
And the psychic saw that somewhere in a bush was a nurse in uniform and reported this information to the police. I don't know how she saw that, but that's very detailed. Etta decided to investigate the matter herself, along with her children and niece. She went to Lopez Valley and she found the dead body of Melanie. And it was in the exact location that she had her vision.
She killed her.
Melanie was about to leave the area, but the police ended up showing up and they detained her, but she was freed later when the real murderer was arrested. So you think she had something to do with it?
No.
Oh.
I'm sure that's happened. I'll bet you there's been a psychic out there that's killed somebody and then staged the crime scene and then
That'd be a really
just
good
to solve
movie.
the crime.
That's like
That'd be a real good movie, or it probably is a movie.
Get their
I'm
psychic
sure that
street
yeah,
cred.
I'm sure they've done that before.
Street cred. I
You
keep
ever
it
kill
real.
anybody before and then find the body later?
I keep it real.
No, in a well.
What the hell?
Maybe she was killed with a shotgun shell.
Somebody just put it through her like Eminem. Call back. We did it. We got there.
I don't understand that one.
I'm gonna take this bullet and put it through you.
Is that a lyric?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
And he said, fuck this, guys. All right. I'm just.
From what
I don't.
I
song?
try.
I don't listen to Eminem, so I would not know.
I've listened to a lot of his.
He's a
albums.
poet.
He's actually not. I'm not gonna get into this.
He's
right
a
now.
wordsmith. He really is.
He is
He's
a
an
wordsmith.
intelligent guy.
It's just.
Have
not,
you listened to Rap God?
I like
Motherfucker.
him.
He
Motherfucker.
broke records with Rap God.
God.
Who's Rap God?
Eminem.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
it's one of his songs.
Oh.
I'm a rap god, rap god.
Oh, okay.
And then he goes like super fast, but if you do it on YouTube and you turn up the speed to 1.25, it's the fastest shit. It's so funny.
The rapper that has like the world's record for the fastest rap, I think, is Twista.
Twista.
Yeah.
He's from Chicago.
Cago.
Chicago. He likes the deep dish pizzas.
Yeah, I like the deep dish pizza.
I want to
tote.
give Chicago another
Dennis
try.
Franz.
Like I went there, didn't have a good experience, and then I was watching a show, and it was based in Chicago. I can't remember what it was, but it
Shameless.
just looked so neat.
Chicago Code.
Shameless is such a good show.
It's
No,
a
it's
great show.
not.
Oh, yes. What?
What?
I like Shameless.
You don't like
Why don't you
Shameless?
like
No,
Shameless?
I think it's a bad show. We'll get into it
It is
in our
an
potpourri
amazing
episode.
show.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead, Nelly.
All right. So this next one is about Sylvester Tonette. He was a 78-year-old man who had mysteriously disappeared, and the Monroeville police had searched all over, couldn't find him. No matter, pretty much where they searched. I don't know if it's T-O-N-E-T, Tonette?
Tonette.
Tonette. So the family decided to get help of a psychic, and that psychic's name was Nancy Meyer. Oh,
Like Stranger Things.
relation?
My
She
last-
took the S off to hide
Yeah.
her real identity.
I'm
How's
still
it
trying to
spelled?
guess what your middle name is. I'm gonna say probably like Aaron.
What's it start with?
A.
Oh,
Alan.
man.
Nope.
Acrid.
Nope.
Acid.
Can we not give away my full name?
Alfonso.
I think we did it for
I'm
everybody
gonna
else.
go ahead and
didn't we?
post a link with his social security number and everything on it too.
We'll just hold it up to the camera on a piece of paper.
Here you go. Have fun.
So she had
He's like, no.
seen in her vision two things. One, that the old man was deceased, and two, that he was not a victim of violence. So
That's
that
good.
he just passed on. According to Nancy's vision, Sylvester was confused and he was lost while walking through the forest. And the psychic was able to sense his last moments on the old man's journey. And the next day, the dead body was found 150 yards where Nancy had seen her vision. So he was in the woods the whole time.
Let me just go around real quick, and I want to ask you guys: Do you believe in
No.
people with psychic abilities?
He was going to say, do you believe in
In magic.
Wendy's,
Well,
but
No,
you
I
said
don't.
no,
I don't believe
so-
in magic either.
Do you believe in Wendy's?
Of course, a full-fashioned
That
hamburger.
is magic.
because I don't know if there's somebody that's like that can see like details into the future, because I've always wondered, like, why wouldn't they pick the winning lottery numbers or something, right? But
Well, you don't want to use it for bad.
well, I think
Whatever.
I think people can get like glimpses though of things. Probably, I don't know.
We are patternistic. I don't.
It worries me though, because if it is true, I wonder how many people really have seen something where they could have brought closure to a family by solving a crime or something, and it was just dismissed. You know,
No.
they're full of shit.
I think that there's something that look, the human brain is an amazing tool, but
You're a tool.
I do not.
An amazing tool.
Keep
though.
going, Natalie.
You're an amazing tool.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit back here for the rest of the
clarify.
Do you
episode.
believe in
He said
psychics
amazing.
and clairvoyance and
Not really. I've had a psychic reading done, and they, hit the nail on the head on some things.
well, they do a
about
lot
me.
of suggestive questions. Too.
Yeah, but that's the reason why I'm still like pretty skeptical.
Watch
about it.
Darren
It was
Brown.
like- she was like, "Your favorite Power Ranger was the Red Ranger," which it was.
Yeah, but 1 out of 5.
And,
Like-
and plus, you
Also,
can
it's
narrow
the
it down
Blue
even
Ranger.
Everybody
more
loved the
because
Red Ranger.
Nobody liked
Not
the
me.
Green Ranger. See?
I like the yellow.
What
one.
about mind readers? You believe that?
I don't think that people can read minds. I
I'm
think
trying to read your mind, but
Do
I'm
you
drawing a
believe
blank.
do you believe in hypnosis?
I believe that the power of suggestion has a real effect on the human brain. That's what I'm going to say.
I suggest you shut the fuck up.
So I watch a lot of suggestive material, like Darren. Does that sound that bad? I watch a lot of Darren Brown. No, God, I'm trying to give a serious answer.
Who is it?
Darren Brown's a mentalist, and he's a skeptic and a mentalist, like James Randi and Penn and Teller.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, he does studies on that stuff, and I watch a lot of Mindfield on YouTube. If you guys haven't, that's my endorsement for the week, by the way. They do studies on these things all the time, and the power of suggestion, real thing, it's totally real. That you can make someone believe that a laser is really burning their arm, but that's because we're patternistic creatures and we look for things that we already know. If nobody knew what psychic abilities were, and they guessed it 100 out of 100 times, yeah, okay, you'd have some pretty substantial evidence for a hypothesis that it'd be true. However, I don't believe in psychics at all. I think they're all shams, or they're just there for entertainment, which is fine. But I had my palm read, and I was giving her the business. I'm like, you're wrong. Yeah, anybody can guess that. That's vague. I try to go to things with an open mind, but I've seen too many psychic people take advantage of families on TV and shit like that. And Montel Williams and all these people who have their own shows, they don't do enough to discredit them, because if you really have psychic abilities, then you should be doing that full time.
Well,
You shouldn't be telling somebody that they're going to get broken up with next week. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm not saying, though, that every psychic that you see on TV is legitimate or
No.
whatever. Like, I think that John Edwards guy, I
Is a
don't
tool.
know if I should say this, but he's a piece of shit.
He's a tool.
I think he plays off of a lot of hopes and dreams.
Yeah,
and
that's what most of them do.
Who's the Scottish guy that you like that makes fun of him?
Let me.
she's downstairs. She's
I understand, please, that there's someone in the crowd with the name of Jay.
They don't let her out.
They don't let her out. She's downstairs, love, and she's sending her love to you, but she can't. She's got spiders all over her. That show is so fucking funny.
I think that probably somewhere there's somebody that has some sort of sixth sense gift. Like, maybe it's something everybody has, but nobody knows how to control it or whatever. Because you got to admit, sometimes you just get like a weird feeling, and
Well, that's because our brains are very powerful tools, but that doesn't mean that. Look, I'll say this. If you want me to believe it, give me good evidence. If you give me good evidence, I'll try to find a way to debunk it. If I can't, hey, you may make a believer out of me. But
What's
to be honest,
your, just out of curiosity, 'cause
what's
this-
the evidence I'll accept?
No. What is your explanation for deja vu?
Deja vu is something that we have when it comes to patternistic materials in
it's
our
a
mind.
glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah, or we
Yeah.
took the fucking blue pill, whatever. I'm just simply saying that deja vu and like all this phenomena, it doesn't necessarily equate to we can't explain it, therefore it is this. It just means that it's something. It could be a coincidence. It could be a lot of things. I'm just never going to jump to the conclusion that it's something phenomenal that's out of the realm of reasonable explanation. That's,
I have deja vu all the time.
I have
now.
deja vu too, but that doesn't mean that it's an actual thing. Our brains, again, are very, very powerful.
Yeah, but I've also felt deja vu when I was someplace that there's no way I ever could have been before.
Sure, but you also have, again, if you watch more studies on deja vu and the power of your brain and the power of suggestion, the way that your brain works and stuff, I would tell you to go watch Darren Brown. Darren Brown, watch Mind Field, watch something that has to do with science about deja vu. And it can. I'm not saying that these things can never be they can. If it can be explained to me, if you show it, you know it. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be that hard. If you're a psychic, it should not be that hard to prove your skill, and in a way that could be under under lab conditions that are tested. Because like psychics like Uri Geller that James Randi exposed back in the 70s, of course he was a fucking fraud. He was trying to tell people he was bending spoons. Well, those spoons were pre-bent.
Oh, yeah.
And then he showed up, and then James Randi exposed his ass on the Johnny Carson show and was like, no, you give him these instruments that your people have touched and nobody else has. And what's the first thing you did? Oh, give me a minute. Give me some time. It takes time to do this. Fuck you. No, it doesn't. You just did it not even 2 minutes ago with your own spoon. Now do something else. It shouldn't be that hard. That's all I'm saying. I'm a huge skeptic, though.
I think there are absolutely frauds and phonies out there, but I can't help but think that, that idea came from somewhere. Somebody got some sort of... I almost look at it like just fragments of pieces of like a movie or something.
Well, like she was talking about hypnosis. And I believe that, again, the power of suggestions, it can be a real thing.
Well, that's what hypnosis, when you think about it, that's all it is.
But the power of suggestion does not equate to, therefore, people can be just hypnotized like they show. Because also there's a thing called conformity and conformist. But if you're in a part of a crowd that's being stage hypnotized, you want to have fun. You want to be part of it. So of course you're going to play act, and of course you're going to do that stuff. But if you watch a TED Talk with a guy who does hypnosis,
TED Talks.
He says hypnosis isn't fake, and then he proceeds to not hypnotize people. And I'm like, dude, I'm not saying a person cannot be hypnotized. People like to take this hypnosis and the power of suggestion and all that shit, and they like to blow the shit way out of proportion.
I think that Dan was hypnotized into not believing in hypnosis.
You will not believe in hypnosis.
If you watch that TED Talk, he actually tells one of the guys, once you wake up, you'll say, every time hypnosis is said, you'll yell out, hypnosis is fake, like that. And it was pretty funny, but the guy was play acting.
Did you see the one where he was responding to the phishing email?
Yeah.
That was fucking great. A large gummy lizard.
Yeah. But I don't know. I watch a lot of that stuff because I'd love to believe that psychics are kind of real, but I just can't. I can't do it.
I do. Do you?
Yeah, I kind of own the conversation. Sorry, guys. Well, Natalie, why do you believe it then?
I don't know, because I feel it could be real. I'm with Vinny here. Like, I think that...
I don't think it's impossible, but like Dan said, I would need like
substantial evidence.
Well, our
to
goal
really
is
believe
also
it.
Repeated evidence.
A fortune teller on the show too. We have a couple that.
And look,
If
I
you wanna
won't
be one,
shit
let
on
us
their
know.
profession unless they're doing something that I don't think is
If they're
ethically
doing it for
correct.
strictly monetary game, like there's that medium Rebecca Rosen.
Yeah.
I think she's real, and I think she's amazing. She has me hooked every time she talks.
I haven't seen any of it, and that's another thing. I don't like to watch their shows if they're doing something that I don't think I should be purported, because
she's not a Sylvia Brown type medium.
Fuck that bitch.
She's a real. I think she's real, and she
I'm
comes to
Sylvia
Omaha.
Brown.
She comes to Omaha every now and then, goes to the Orpheum and does things. I would love to go see her, but I'd have to bring some Kleenex.
That's why I like magicians like Penn and Teller and people who tell you how the trick's done, because to me that makes it more fun to me. Because
I'm a huge fan of any kind of
David Blaine
illusionist. I'm even a big fan of Chris Angel.
I don't like Chris Angel.
You know what? You may not like him as a person, but his sleight of hand magic.
He's a great magician. I won't shit on his profession.
Amazing.
I don't like watching him because he's too. I like the
too dramatic.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was going to say.
That's why I love David Blaine, because he's just
a dude with a shirt on.
This ice pick through my hand.
Yeah, and
it just does it.
And it's bullshit, but it's kind of cool.
But he's found a way to tailor to, or pander, if you will, to what people want to see.
Women.
And But
Well,
but
and
there's
Chris
a
Angel's
lot
out
of
of
people.
He's a
that-
new
Las
age David.
Vegas,
He's
so-
a new age David Copperfield, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's totally fine. I mean, there's tons
Who
of
only
magicians.
shops at Buckle.
But if you watch any magician, listen to James Randi, listen to one of his speeches, or watch him do tricks.
Sure.
He's really good, and he's like, I think he's dead now, unfortunately. But like, I like Penn and Teller. I like the people who go, okay, but this is how it's really done, or they
Right.
make fun of themselves while doing it. There's none of that. Like Darren Brown has some showmanship, but when he does his tricks, it's all about shelling people. It's magic isn't real. This is how I did it, and it's so much more fun for me. But anyway, Nelly, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so this next one is Andre Deigel. He was last seen at a bar where he was playing pool and, having some beers, and this woman comes up to him and asks him for a ride home. 4 days later, he was reported missing by his family, and the police did not take action because they thought that Andre was just out with friends or a girl or whatever, probably something that he's done before. And his sister, Elise McGinley of Fullerton, California, had gone to Rosemarie Kerr, a clairvoyant and psychic detective. And Elise had brought a picture and a map to Kerr and asked him the whereabouts of her brother. And I guess Kerr had some vibrations around the picture, and she said that she saw that Andre was sitting in his truck. And she also saw water and a long bridge along the railroad tracks. So she also had terrible head pains, and they were so strong that she thought that they were going to kill her.
So, real quick, a psychic is somebody that can see into the future, right?
No, a psychic can. No, that's.
But
well,
a
it depends on who
clairvoyant can talk to the dead,
a
right?
clairvoyant can see into the future. A psychic can see images that are presented to them.
Okay.
That is, I think that's like the definition of it.
Sure.
A medium talks to the dead.
A medium talks to dead.
Yeah.
Implied.
Implied.
Damn it. Sorry.
Dog.
A
There's
Sookie.
Sookie. There's our dog. Okay, sorry guys, that's our dog. As we all know, Sookie barks. Oh my gosh, and she's continuing.
I think she's done.
Okay, she's done. Thanks, Daniel.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah. No, sorry guys at home. Let's see. So she had the head pain. She thought they were going to kill her. And then she traced her hand around the map and felt the tingling sensation, but stopped near a spot near Slidell. According to Dell, she saw, don't with the L's. She saw that Andre was already dead, but did not let Elise know. Instead, she asked for her help. So, meanwhile, Andre's brother, who lived near Andre, was surprised to see his truck was not at his house. And he called the police immediately. And, oh wait, I'm sorry, excuse me. Andre saw his brother's truck ride by his house.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
I forget words to read. And he called the police immediately, and they basically went after the truck. So when the truck was cornered in the Pearl River near Slidell, the killers were arrested. So they caught him with the help of the psychic. So Charles Gervais and Michael Phillips were the killers. Both confessed to the killing of Andre, and they used a little girl to lure and kill Andre. So I'm assuming
Just throw it
the
at him.
girl in the bar was young. So during the trial, the psychic took the stand and told the jury that how she helped the family of Andre find the killers. According to her, the spirit of Andre had communicated with her several times and asked that his family forgive him, or forgive the people that had hurt him. And the killers pled guilty to first-degree murder and received life imprisonment. So I wonder, maybe he wasn't in a bar if a little girl was in there asking for a ride home. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know where he was. That's sad.
Yeah.
Because, you think, oh, okay, I'm going to go help this person, then I'm going to get murdered.
I'm sure also there's probably psychics, just like I call them hatchet lawyers, that, ambulance chasers that wait outside hospitals for wreck victims. And I'll bet you some of these psychics, like, I'm going to get kind of personal for a minute. My dad, before he met my mom, he had a daughter. She was either 8 or 9 years old. And this is little Springfield, Missouri, 1974, 75. like I said, before I was even born. And she was walking, if I remember right, it was like a block from her grandparents' house, or our grandparents' house. I think it was my dad's parents, to home. And she was kidnapped, and they found her 2 months later. She'd been, strangled and just all kinds of bad things. Now, I've heard it's not something my dad talked about a whole lot, when he was alive, obviously, because, I mean, it's terrible.
Yeah.
And I've heard, through other people in my family that aren't with us anymore, like my aunt, that there were some psychics that were kind of involved possibly in finding the actual body, and then I've just heard that it was stumbled upon. Like I said, I don't know. I've done a little bit of research, just what's on the internet and stuff. But I would just think that, especially in the death of a child like that, if there is somebody that can communicate to see what happened, I think you're right. I think they should be making themselves available. And
I would.
I don't know if there was at that time, or if anybody contacted them or anything. But that's why when we were kind of talking about different subject matter that we could kind of go over in the podcast, I asked Natalie if we could do this, because it's always been kind of a thing in my head, like, well, what if maybe one of them could come forward, and obviously it happened so long ago, you'd think that the people that did it are probably gone. Hopefully painfully gone. Hope they died a slow, painful death. But it's it'd be nice, I guess. I don't know a bunch of. I don't get into a lot of spiritual stuff, but I just would like that laid to rest for her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And for the family members that are still alive and remember her and miss her, I'd like that closure for them. But if a psychic could do that, reach out. Definitely.
Yeah, if you can, yeah.
A real one, please, not some fakey. That's
Yeah,
gonna
because
get
if
their
you're
hopes
fake,
up.
I'll punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of why Vance actually picked this episode for that reason, because
Yeah, sorry to bring it down, guys.
No,
Yeah, bro.
you're totally fine.
Okay, let's do. Probably can get a couple more in here.
Yeah.
So Penny Sarah was murdered on July 16, 1973.
Knock, 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 Penny. Knock, 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 Penny.
She's not gonna answer.
So glad that show's getting canceled.
Yeah, thank
Is
the
it?
Lord.
Love Big
Yeah.
Bang Theory.
It's not
Is
funny.
it the last season?
Yeah, last season.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm one of those people that's so smart that all their
I
science
can't-
stuff
no,
is
that has
wrong, and
nothing to
it
do
makes
with
me
it.
so mad.
No.
I think it's funny.
I liked the show when it first started. Like the first few seasons, I loved it, and then it just got too repetitive, or
Yeah.
like monotonous, and just kind of stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
I like it still.
I like
And I
like
count.
We're
Haley
just-
Cuoco. But
We're just Debbie Downers today, aren't we?
Like it said, it's like gloomy out. Everybody's bummed.
It is
Okay.
a shitty day out.
It
I'm going to
is.
say
Yeah.
that.
It
I'm
is.
freezing down here. Like, I am cold.
I'm nice. I'm
colder than a
fine.
well digger's asshole.
Oh,
down
God.
here.
I knew you were going to say it. Now, keep going.
Colder than a witch's tit in a brass bra.
I've never heard that, and that sounded real hillbilly like.
Tell
Yeah,
you
you would.
what.
There's a big fluff puff. Nope.
That cat actually filed the paperwork yesterday to have his name legally changed to Tenebrae E. Fluff and Puff the Third.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that it has Nick not touch him anymore.
That was a surprise.
Yeah.
And
Aw.
no, I'm just kidding.
Tears.
He's as long as not Addie.
Hilarious.
Okay, so they turned to a psychic named Pascarella Downey, and Downey told them that they wouldn't find Sierra's murder right away, but they did need to look for a mechanic whose initials started or whose name started with an E,
Yeah.
and E that's E's in
Philip.
Edward.
No,
Ve-
E.
Very good, Bill. She predicted that they would connect him to the murder by blood. And 26 years later, Edward Grant, a former mechanic, was arrested after DNA blood testing connected him to the death of Sarah. and he was convicted and sentenced to 20 years to life in prison in 2002. So that's, I don't know if that's true. That's crazy. You gotta, if any of these are true, that's pretty specific.
But Pacific.
Okay. Let's see. Paula Brown was a hairdresser who disappeared after a party or after partying out with friends in Sydney, Australia. I love Australia. I want to go there one day. Her distraught fiance asked for help, Philip Durant, to find Paula, and he was a psychic. So through his psychicness, the police were able to find the body.
Psychicness.
Psychicness? I don't know. Is that right? It says
I don't know. Psychic abilities.
Okay.
Through his psychicness.
Through his psychicness, abilitylessness, they found the body of. That's right. Shut up.
That's like saying bananas.
Bananagrams.
Yeah.
Hand me the aluminum foil.
Aluminum.
Oh, I hate when people say aluminum.
Library.
I went to school with a girl that could not say Clorox. She called it Corlox.
Nuclear.
My brother has an ex who pronounced poem.
Oh, what? Oh, God. That's just
Poem.
grating on my ears.
Nick wins.
Nick
Yeah.
does win for today. You're rehired, Nick.
Thanks.
Yay.
Thanks.
Welcome back.
That's all it took.
Three agrees, and I'm good.
Okay.
Everybody
Because they're easy to
shut.
please.
Let's see. So
You're fired.
Okay.
let's see. They found her body 7 days after her disappearance, and it was found by a truck driver passing through Port Botany, or Botany.
Botany.
Botany. Okay. The psychic used a map or a grid map, and some hair, a plumb bob. I don't know what a plumb bob is.
Okay, I got this. I do. So when you're building a structure and you want to find an exact point.
Oh, plumb bob. The paint.
No, you're stupid. A plumb bob.
It's a string.
Damn.
It's a string, but it's got a weight on the bottom of
Yeah.
it with a point,
Uh-huh.
and then wherever your point is, the plumb bob goes down.
Yeah.
And touches.
Yeah.
And that's where you
It's
you
a
can
string.
mark stuff
Oh.
on the ground.
Why do they call it a plumb bob?
Because it's
I
plumb down the
don't know.
ground,
Plumb don't know.
and it bobs.
Oh, okay. I've never seen one, I guess.
That don't make no sense.
They don't
So
make no
they
goddamn
they used a
sense.
plumb bob, which apparently is a real thing, and some hair from a victim to help the state find the location of the body. Or, I'm sorry, to help find the location of the body. And it was found by chance, but the police had acknowledged the accuracy and in the information given by the clairvoyant. So they admitted to using a clairvoyant person.
If he used a plumb bob, I wonder if he just held it up over the map and then
Yeah.
when he felt it, just put it
Yeah.
down and it like right there.
Yeah.
I think you would have to, after you explain what it was, that'd kind of be the only way to use that. I
don't know.
yeah.
That plumb make no sense.
She was found less than 2 kilometers from the exact spot that the psychic told the authorities.
Wow.
So that's pretty accurate. That's not, what is that in U.S.?
I don't know. Kilometers, like what? Or 3/4 of a mile or something like that.
I thought a kilometer was more than a mile.
I thought it was.
I
I
don't
thought
know.
it was like 3 miles almost.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
5K is 3 miles, right?
I don't know. Google. Okay. You're stupid.
I'm going to look that up for you, dumb
This is
dumb.
rudimentary math in fucking
You are done.
in grade school. You're an
Ah.
idiot.
Oh, let's see. Do we got time for one more?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do one more.
Frankincense and myrrh.
Frankincense, myrrh.
Don't make any frankincense no more.
Frankincense, peppermint.
Oh,
and
actually,
myrrh.
in 2 kilometers, there are 1.243 miles.
So was I right or wrong?
You were pretty close because you said 3/4 of a mile.
Yeah.
That'd be about right.
Okay. Keep going, Allie.
Okay, so yeah, it was 3/4 of that's pretty spot on. I mean, that's really close. Okay, Maria Scott had gone missing, but the police
Michael
had
Scott.
lost interest in the case since she was a prostitute, which you would hear a lot in a lot of the true crime things from like the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Because when you're a prostitute, your life doesn't matter, and that's not me being funny. That's like
1.6.
when you listen to a lot of true crime, you hear that so much, like, oh, she was a prostitute, so just, close the case, fuck it. So 7 months after her disappearance, her body was found decomposing with 5 stab wounds. 29 men were named as persons of interest in the murder of Maria Scott, but authorities believe that a person named Mark Brown was the killer. Maria had met Mark at a rehab facility. However, what makes the story interesting is that Brown had already left to Queens Island. So 4 years after the murder, the detective on the case, Senior Detective Jeffrey Little, had asked Debbie Malone, a psychic, to help with the case. And based on her accounts, Maria had died in a cabin on Triple Care Farm in Robertson. Though, through the help of the psychic, the police found the body of Maria in a cabin in October 2003. So she was there for a long time, I guess, decomposing. There were many changes to the cabin, and the psychic was able to locate the exact knife used in the murder. The knife was still in the drain pipe, and it had remained lodged there even after the sink renovations. Malone was able to share lots of details in the events that related to the murder, and she had a strong feeling that only ghosts can have that effect on her. It was later known that the murder suspect had committed suicide after reaching Queensland. Should have just done that to begin with instead of killing someone. Fuck off. So yeah, there's tons of these stories out there, and
we'll do a part 2 someday.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't read them all on my list here, so yeah, we can definitely do a part 2. But you know, it's sad, but it is so interesting. I mean, I think so because, like I said, I believe if you have somebody that's nailing down to what would you say 3/4 of a mile?
Yeah.
You got my vote.
But to me, there's also a deduction thing there. I mean, depending on how big the area is, where the person hung out.
There's different variables, like where 3/4 of a mile could be huge, or it could be nothing at all. Like if you have somebody that knows nothing about the crime, even where it took place, and they nail it down to 3/4 of a mile, that's something huge.
Yeah.
But
these are all psychics working with detectives.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if
getting all that information and just,
Well,
doing the detective's job, basically.
The one did it on her own.
right,
Well, I'd have to, I don't know. I'd have to see where she got the information from, because she could have been reading it from the news.
Yeah, that's true.
There's all kinds of stuff that they can do to.
Yeah.
But hey, they found him, and I don't care who found him, to be honest.
I think another episode we'll do is the exact opposite. Is it when
they fail?
they failed miserably?
Fail. Well, thank you, Nally, for doing all that research. Hey,
You're welcome, Tony the Tiger.
they're great.
and
That's
if any
what
of
Barney-ish would.
any of you out there in internet land know any psychics that would like to be on the show,
Call in or otherwise, yeah.
We've got the capability to Skype with them over
Skype.
over Skype on the podcast, and they can come just chill in the studio and talk.
Yeah.
Would love to hear from you.
Yep. And hey, Vance,
Yes, Dan?
how can they get a hold of us?
Well, the best way to get a hold of us is Don't Look Under the Bed podcast at gmail.com.
Oh, yeah?
And that's also on our website.
Why are you dancing?
I don't know.
Don'tLookUnderTheBed.net.
I'm agreeing with him.
Facebook, Don't Look Under the Bed podcast. We're on Twitter is DLUTB.
Okay.
Instagram, I think, and that's about it. And if you want to help us out, kind of get out there like we did the other day, some mobile equipment and stuff is always what we're trying to. That's the ultimate goal here. So, Patreon,
Excuse me.
Patreon/DLUTB, or PayPal is Don't Look Under the Bed Don't Look Under the Bed podcast at gmail.com. And it helps.
It helps.
You don't have to have money to do this, but it helps. And it's like we always say, it's going to get you access to some exclusive content, probably some crazy video that we have but haven't released, or maybe early access on some of the shows or ideas that we're planning.
Maybe eventually merchandise.
Yeah, definitely. We'd like to get some merchandise going other than just the 4 shirts that we own.
And this poster.
and this banner.
Maybe a smooch from one of us.
I mean,
Could be a prize.
Patreon us enough We
No,
might even bring
Gollum
you
goes
Gollum.
nowhere.
We might give you the Golem statue, everybody.
No.
Signed by us.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna make a donation.
You want that?
Yes,
Oh.
dude,
Okay.
Gollum's like my favorite character from Lord of the Rings. That's why I've been sitting here.
And if
petting
you
it.
have a topic for us too,
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Two.
ooh, I swear to God, guys, give us your damn topics.
And you know what? If all you can do is just listen, keep doing it. We
Yeah,
love it.
thank
It's,
you.
uh,
Please.
Thank you. I see your numbers on Podbean. I know your house. I see you.
and your emails, they're so fun to read, and we love interacting with you guys on Facebook and YouTube and all that other stuff. So
Ow.
Oh,
I keep hitting things
you
today.
do.
do. At least you have your
So-
hood on.
so yeah, that's this is just a lot of fun and
And it's
informative.
informative, and
Informative.
we appreciate each and every one of you. And Dan will kiss you on the lips,
right on the mouth.
right in the suck hole,
Nope. Don't call it that.
Let's go
right in
cry.
your fucking gravy hole.
Oh, come on. All right.
Pucker up, buttercups.
Chili hole.
Now
No.
everybody's turned off their podcast.
Nothing
So they're no
whole.
longer listening to this.
Nothing whole. That makes it
He'll
weird.
kiss you right in your chocolate star.
I'm sure there's a couple. I'm sure.
Right
There's,
in your leather Cheerio.
I'm sure there's a couple.
Dan will kiss you right in your donut steak.
And he's taking off his headphones.
I'm done. Well, thanks everybody for listening
you.
to the Don't Look into the Bed podcast for all things comedy horror. Once again, I'm one of your sweet hosts.
So sweet.
Sweet. Dan Wonder next to me is.
What's up, bro?
David ass pumpkins. Dear, 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 dear.
Next to her is.
I am Vinny Rose.
Next to me again is.
Nicholas Myers.
And thanks again for listening.
I made the mouth too big.
I made the mouth too big. All right, bye guys. Bye.